What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the MaddenBallerz YouTube channel and our Georgia State Dynasty. Last week, the Panthers were at home for their first true home game of the season, Week 2, taking on the Maryland Terrapins and easily winning that game 38-3. This week, the Panthers will be back at home looking for the third straight win to start the season. They have a tough test this week against number 21 LSU. Tigers, Panthers, coming up next.
Early season.
LSU will kick off to get this game underway. Back in his own end zone. Matt Terry going to take this one out past the 10. Cuts it outside past the 20. He's down the sideline past the 40 to midfield. Past the 30. Inside the 20. 10-5. Touchdown. Georgia State. The opening kickoff taken all the way. But it's coming back. A penalty on the return team puts Georgia State back at their own 12. And 1st and 10, Leach is going to get the handoff, and he's going to gain 8 yards to the right side. 2nd down and 2. Patrick hands off to Leach again. Leach up the middle, and a gain of 9 will give the Panthers a 1st down. Later in the drive, it's 3rd and 5 for Georgia State. Patrick out of the shotgun here, going to fire. Caught by Reggie Frazier, the tight end, and he's up to midfield on a gain of 15. Later, it's 3rd and 25. Patrick looking to pass for that 1st down. Is going to step up, and he will be sacked for a loss of 6 by Matt Adams, his 2nd sack on the day already. And Georgia State has to punt after that promising opening drive. McNamara now for the Tigers is going to go for 10. And that's going to put him 2nd and inches. And McCarty will hand off to McNamara. And McNamara is going to gain 7 and a 1st down for LSU. Later in their drive, it's 2nd down and 4. McCarty back to pass will find McNamara. And he's got the 1st down, but he fumbles the ball. Picked up by Georgia State. And the Panthers get a takeaway here. But wait, it's going to be reviewed by the booth. And we'll take another look at it. Look at him. Was he down? Did the ground cause that fumble? It looks like it, and they do overturn this call. LSU will retain possession and have the 1st down. Later in the drive, it's 3rd and 4. McCarty going to take off here, but he cannot find room to escape, and he's taken down by Junior Johnson for the sack, and the Tigers have to punt. Panthers take over. Stephen Leach with the carry, and the juke move is going to get him a 1st down, a gain of 13, and it's 1st and 10 Panthers. From their own 32, Patrick will find Flynn on 1st and 10, and Flynn makes the reception. It's a gain of 15. 2nd down and 5 now for Georgia State. Patrick over the middle to Flynn, and Flynn has another catch and another Georgia State 1st down. Later in the drive, it's 3rd and 6 for the Panthers. Patrick finding Gavin Bostic down the field for 14 and a 1st down. And we've come to the end of the 1st quarter. This game tied at 0s. Georgia State knocking on the door as we open the 2nd quarter. It's 1st and goal, and Leach with the carry will reach the end zone untouched up the middle. 7 yards, and Georgia State's up 7-0 after the Stephen Leach touchdown. LSU will take over now. McCarty back to pass here, and he's going to dump it outside to McNamara. And McNamara taken down, gang tackled there in the open field for a 4-yard loss. 3rd and 14, working from the shotgun. McCarty going to fire outside, caught by Evans, but stopped only after a 4-yard reception. And that will force LSU to punt. Georgia State takes over, up by a touchdown, and Stephen Leach getting the carry and getting outside once again, this time gaining 16. 2nd and 5 now in LSU territory. A delayed handoff to Bell up the middle, And Zach Bell, seeing some of his first action this season, will pick up the first down for Georgia State. A pitch now on 1st and 10 to Leach, and he's going to bounce off a tackle. He's got the first down and more into the open field. Stephen Leach into the end zone for the touchdown, his second on the day, and Georgia State extends their lead 14-0. LSU now takes over, down by a couple touchdowns. McCarty's going to take off on 1st and 10, and he's going to get hit hard, but gain 11, and a Tigers first down. 2nd down and 5. McCarty back to pass here. Over the middle, finds Gibson to midfield. And this drive continues for LSU. Trying to put something together here. McNamara up the middle on 1st and 10 will gain 12. And the Tigers have something brewing here. 2nd down and 12 for LSU. And it's a read option here, kind of. And McCarty going down, sacked for a loss of 6 by Brandon Smith. And we have 3rd and 19 now for LSU. McCarty going to step up, fire this one deep, and it's picked off by Smart, underthrown. And he saw that and got the turnover, got the takeaway. As you take another look at it, nice way to read that ball and see that it was underthrown and get the takeaway. So Georgia State takes over here, 1st and 10. Patrick back to pass here, drops back deep, and he's going to get sacked back in his own 2. It's a loss of 14, and that would eventually set up 3rd and 20. And Patrick going to go deep here, and it will be deflected, incomplete, intended for Matt Terry. And Georgia State's defense has to come out here. Allowed only 3 yards per play today, 61 yards total. And has 2 sacks and 1 interception on the day. 1st and 10, and McCarty is going down in the backfield. We brought the blitz, and Jake Folks brought the sack. 3rd down and 6 for the Tigers. A dump off to McNamara. It's going to gain 2, but he's going to be knocked down hard and not pick up the first down. And that is going to bring us to the end of the first half. Georgia State up 14-0. Georgia State's going to kick off to start the second half. Back in his own end zone is Edwards to take this one out past the 15, past the 20. He's out past the 30, cuts it outside past the 40, and a shoestring tackle saves a touchdown. As you look at the halftime stats, Georgia State holding LSU to under 100 yards of offense, and Georgia State doing it on the ground with over 100 yards on the ground. And going deep on 2nd and 10 is LSU, and Hicks is going to come up with a big catch, 49 yards and a lot of yak on that play. 1st and goal, McNamara with the carry outside, and he's brought down for no gain on the play. 2nd down and goal now for LSU. McCarty going to keep it on a read option here, but he's going nowhere. A loss of 1, tackled in the backfield by Paul Hayes. It'll be 3rd and goal now for LSU. And McCarty dumping it off to Edwards, knocked down, and the Tigers are going to have to settle for a field goal here, a short 28-yarder, I believe. And it's up and good, and we have our first studio update of the day. Mississippi State beats Auburn to improve to 2-0, 42-33 your final there. And back to our game here, the LSU Tigers defense coming out again. They've got 3 hurries, 5 sacks on the day, so they have got pressure on the quarterback here. Patrick now going to pass on 2nd and 8, going deep, and this one's knocked down by Joey Wright, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8 for the Panthers. From the shotgun, it's a delayed handoff to Stephen Leach up the middle, and a shoestring tackle saves a first down. Stephen Leach, 12 carries, 117 yards on the day. And LSU gets the ball back here. Read option by McCarty up the middle. And that's going to pick up a first down for the LSU. 2nd down and 3 now for the Tigers. McNamara with the carry up the middle. And he's going to gain 9 and an LSU first down. Later on in the drive, 2nd and 3. Empty backfield set. McCarty steps up, fires. And Wright cannot come up with the catch. Wide open. And he drops it. And that's not going to help the Tigers' chances here. 3rd and 3, and McNamara with the carry. He'll just pick up the first down, a gain of 4. and they're into Georgia State territory now at the 31. It's 3rd and 4. McCarty going to pass, but the pressure will get to him, and it sails out of bounds. That's going to set up 4th down and a long 48-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up. It is good, and it's now 14-6. It's a one-possession game here in the 3rd quarter as you take another look at that long, nice kick. Georgia State takes over now. 1st and 10. Read option from Patrick, and he's going to pick up the 1st down here on a gain of 10. Looks like a favorable spot, though. 3rd and 1 later in this drive, and Stephen Leach up the middle will gain 7 and a Georgia State 1st down. 1st and 10 now, and Patrick's going to hand off to Daniels here. Daniels breaking 1 tackle, bouncing off another, and Nick Daniels is going to gain 9. And at the end of 3 quarters, Georgia State keeps their lead. It's 14-6.
14-6.
4th and final quarter, and Georgia State driving in LSU territory. It's a fly sweep to Terrence Flynn on 2nd and 1, and Flynn will pick up the 1st down and keep the drive alive. Patrick now on 1st and 10, dropping back here, rolling out to his right, sets here, fires deep, caught. Matt Terry bounces off a tackle, touchdown. He gets into the end zone, and Thomas Patrick finally comes up with a big play here as you take another look at it. Gets out from underneath the pressure and finds Matt Terry wide open for the touchdown. Took a little extra effort at the goal line, but it's now 21-6 Georgia State, and LSU takes over now. McCarty on the speed option there, gonna pick it up by himself. 3rd and 5 now for the Tigers, and McCarty's gonna drop back here, fired outside, and it's caught, tiptoeing the sideline. Lamar Evans reels that one in for 14. Later, 3rd and 7. McCarty dumps it off to Evans. He's got the catch. He's close to the marker. It'll be 4th and 3. And the Tigers are going to go for it down by 15. So it's still a 2-possession game. And McCarty will find Edwards again. And they'll pick up the 1st down to keep their chances alive here. 3rd and 8 now for the Tigers. McCarty back to pass, being pressured by Johnson. He dumps it off to McNamara. And that's going to lose a yard. And they're going to go for it again on 4th and 9. And Scott in the backfield now at quarterback. Going to be dragged down for a sack, a loss of 8, and a turnover on downs. McCarty must have been injured and had to come out of that game. Georgia State takes over, just trying to run some clock now. 1st and 10, Stephen Leach going to break a tackle and pick up 12. And that will help their chances to run this clock down. 2nd and 8 now. Hand off to Leach again. Finds a hole and again finds the 1st down marker. A gain of 13. And it's 3rd and 6 now for the Panthers. Patrick going to pass for it. Fires, caught by Bostic, but he's short of the marker. And they're going to have to kick a field goal here. This is going to make it a 3-possession game if they can get this one in between the uprights. And they do. And we get another studio update here. It's a big one. Ball State unranked beats number 8 Baylor 27-14. And Georgia State now with a 3-possession lead. Just has to stop this drive by LSU. 1st and 10. And Dominique Walters with the 1st down catch. Later in the drive, 4th and 7. It's all come down to this. A dump off to McNamara is not going to do it, and Georgia State's going to take over and be able to kneel this ball down, and they're going to take this game over LSU. Your final score, 24-6. Stephen Leach, your player of the game, 19 carries, 172 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And Georgia State's going to take another top 25 matchup, this one over LSU, 24-6. So taking a look at some other games around the country this week, number 1 Notre Dame goes down to number 5 Georgia Tech, 30-10. Another top 10 upset. And looking at the stats from our game, 202 rushing yards by this Georgia State offense, which continues to be the best part of the offense. Your players of the game, Stephen Leach, 172 and 2 touchdowns. Dan Smart, 5 tackles and 1 interception on defense. And we're going to take a look at that top 25 poll now. Georgia State, number 2 in the country Week 4 was a bye week. We actually got leapfrogged by Georgia Tech and remained 3 until we came and went through week 4. So we're number 2 in the country now. Looking at the conference standings, we are right up there tied with Missouri and Florida in the SEC East. So this East division is going to be a hard one, and we still have Missouri and Florida to play. We haven't even played division play yet. And looking at the Heisman watch, look who is there. Stephen Leach, number 3 on the board and climbing. So hopefully we can get him a Heisman trophy this year. He's been outstanding this year so far through 3 games. Coming up next, Georgia State still at home for the 4th straight game, this time against the University of Georgia. They're 0-4 on the season. We are number 2 in the country and 3-0. This should be a no-brainer game for Georgia State. We don't want to overthink this game and think past it, because this team 0-4 can still play. This is the SEC, and we need to keep our eye on the current week's opponent. I want to hear your comments down below about how we played today, what players stood out to you. Leave those comments in the comment section down below. If you like this video, hit that like button. It always helps. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel and want to see more Georgia State Dynasty. And you can also follow me over on Twitter at MaddenBallerz, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode.